So what's up? You got a toothache then? I thought you went to the dentist.
I did the other week.
Well, what's wrong with your teeth then? It's just because you're stressed.
I don't know.
Why are you stressed? What have you got to be stressed about?
I don't know. That's what's weird with stress, isn't it?
No.
Your body can be stressed without you realising. That's what
No,
kills
it's
people.
stressed. No. You're stressed because you feel stressed, and then your body gets weak because you're.
No, because I'm pretty good. I never feel stressed. That's part of my problem.
It's not
I
a
am
problem.
stressed, but I don't know about it. That's
Does
why
that make any sense, Dog?
it's number one killer.
What do you
never
mean?
get stressed.
If you don't feel stressed, how are you stressed?
But you must be stressed if your teeth
Right.
are
It's
telling you
like
you're
saying
stressed.
I didn't feel I had a pain, but apparently I did.
Listen,
Go on.
I was in Israel recently. I had a bag put over my head, chucked in the back of the van. Now the thing is, I kind of thought, well,
It wasn't a blind date, by the way, and he wasn't being arrested or kidnapped. It was a training thing, wasn't it, for
yes,
kidnap
but
situations?
I didn't know.
What, you didn't know they were going to do it?
No, they don't tell me anything, do they?
That's good.
So what happened then?
So the thing is, that happened. I had a panic on a little bit. Afterwards, they took the bag off. I realised everything was all right. I was calm. My body was shaking, and that's what
That
I'm saying
doesn't
to
make
you.
any sense.
My body, as far as my body was concerned, it had just been kidnapped.
Right.
But I knew I hadn't. Anyway, football.
You know the bag they put over your head? Was it like a tennis racket cover? What shape was it?
You sure they just didn't go and thought, oh, I thought I just bought the world's biggest orange?
Come on, let's do this.
Right.
Soccer.
Yeah.
The World Cup
We thought
2010.
we'd jump on the bandwagon with every other fucker who's doing a World Cup podcast.
Yeah.
Even though we've got nothing to say about it.
Whoa!
What?
I got a few things.
Yeah, but it's going to be so disappointing. We're going to get excited. We're going to sit down. In fact, if you're listening to this now, England are probably out of the fucking World Cup.
I disagree with you. I'm right behind the lads.
Yeah? Right, okay.
But do you remember, because I've watched the World Cup a few times with Ricky, in different projects we've been doing in the past, we've been in different situations. Do you remember when, the last time we qualified, we were doing a project, and we watched it together in a hotel room.
Well, we're watching extras, right? And
We're making extras.
Making
Watching
extras,
the
yeah. And we watched it. So I go to my room. I went to Steve's room. But of course, in the hotel room, it was just like a big bed. So we sat on the bed together, and we thought that was a bit intense. So I put a line of pillows down.
But I don't understand what he was putting a line of pillows between us. Now he knows I'm not going to jump on it.
No, I know.
He's not going to jump on me.
No.
But he's still terrified that some kind of paparazzi is going to sort of parascend down the building and peer in and take a photo of us. And that's before we've got time to explain that we're just watching the football. It's already printed going, well, this is clearly evidence of their game. There's no way that they could possibly be sat on a bed just as friends.
No, but hold on though. Why were we naked? Why didn't we just pop some trousers on?
But I seem to remember that you, even though it was my room, you forced me to sit in the chair. It was one of those really uncomfortable box chairs.
I said it's weird. I can't get excited. We're having a beer, okay? So now we're drinking. Now we're drinking in bed. On the bed. No. We had our clothes on. We're on the bed watching football. But I couldn't go, come on England, with a little man sitting next to me in bed.
Not little man at all.
No, big man. And so I just thought, let's pop the pillows down. That wasn't enough. I said, Steve, I can't do this. I can't watch football with a man on a bed. I said, so go in the chair. And he sat in
I
the
sat
chair.
in this chair, which is, for a man of my size, those tiny little crappy hotel box chairs are no good. It's 90 bloody minutes plus the interview. It was my room. I was furious.
I felt like I was like an old rich man just waiting to die, and my little manservant used to come and sit and watch football with me
Exactly,
in the
yeah.
last days of my time. I'm in bed going, oh, it's gone again. He goes, oh, I'll mop it up later. Look, Rooney's taking a penalty. No, it's gone. It's all out. I go, oh dear. So, yeah, let me clean it up. We can put this on pause. It's Sky Plus.
Let's open a window.
Yeah.
But the thing is that often I think football fans are very homoerotic. They're hugging each other, jumping on each other, swapping shirts and stuff. So there's something wrong with it being intimate watching a football game.
Yeah, but I don't think gay people do that. Gay people don't run around hugging each other and swapping shirts, do they? They get stuck in. Carl, would you sit on a bed, right, with Stephen in a hotel room, right, watching football? Okay, you're pouring each other wine and beer and shouting.
Well, no, there wasn't that music playing. There was the roar of the crowd and John Moxon doing commentary. It's not a sexy sound at all.
What do you think, Carl? Someone said, "Oh, come to my room. We're watching football." You got there and he went.
Well, who was on the bed
But that's not what
first?
happened.
Who was on the bed first?
Well, he probably got up to answer the door. So I don't know. I came in, I thought, well, there's only a bed here. We sat down, we thought, yeah.
No, but it wasn't. There was a chair there.
So. Well, yeah, but you know full well that if you're in a room with Ricky, he's the one who's going to leap straight on the bed and demand that you...
I just took the chair.
Well, why would you be concerned with lying on a bed next to me?
What's up with that?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Why is it weird? I don't understand this.
Because...
I've changed the tune.
It's a bit weird lying on a bed with a mate, just watching football.
Yeah, you don't do that when you go around the house, do you?
Yeah, but it's because you have a sofa and things. We didn't have that in the room.
Yeah, but when you visit someone in hospital, you don't say, move over. You don't pop yourself down next to him, you sit on the chair next to him.
No, because you're not there in a relaxed situation for 90 minutes enjoying a game of sport. It's just a more formal environment. Because you're quite a sport fan, aren't you, Carl?
Yeah, but not in... I don't like getting into things too much because it can only be disappointing.
I've never seen him get into anything, to be quite honest.
No, I am a football fan, but I've got it now to a point where if they lose, it only bothers me for about half an hour.
Yeah.
And then I move on. Because the thing is, I'm not in control of it. There's nothing I can do to alter that team. If I could go in and say, listen, you're lazy, you get your finger out, you move up front, but it's different. But it's totally... It's like getting annoyed with nature. There's nothing you can do. So let it happen, watch it if you want, but don't get annoyed about it, because it's totally out of your hands.
Interesting that Carl's team tactics also sounds like he could be directing a gay porn. You get your finger out, you get up front. You're lazy.
Oh, that's amazing. What do you think of these people, though? I love it that everyone's an expert, everyone's a pundit. You see these fat people in pubs going, well, he's lost a few yards up front. Yeah, you fucking score a goal then, fatty.
Wearing a football top.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Exactly, yeah.
They shouldn't make them for them. They shouldn't make them in that size. It should be one size only. If you're fit enough to play football, you can wear one. If you're a fatty, you're not. You look ridiculous anyway.
But what's that? That's what he was talking about.
So you're a big fat slob with his belly out in an England shirt going, I could score from there. Go on then, let's have a go.
Hey, listen, calm down. Don't be slagging off the fans, because that's what it's all about. Football's all about the supporters, isn't it? You know, let's not forget these people paid millions to entertain us. If we want to drink till we're fat and eat pork pies and then put on an England shirt, we'll do it. That is the British way, that is the English way, that is what we won a war for.
What difference does it make if we win or lose? That's what I always look at, the end result.
How can you say you like football and then give us that argument? The only reason to watch football is the excitement of the challenge.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
No,
it is
and
entertainment.
A bit of skill. It's nice to see a bit of skill.
But because it's entertaining.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, enjoy the game for what it is, and then forget about it. If Fat Bob in the pub, he's got his football top on. He gets all annoyed when England, lose.
Yeah.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make if they lose there or lose in the final? What's the point?
Well, I'll tell you what difference it makes. I knew a Fat Bob, okay? That wasn't his name, but I'm changing the name to protect the innocent and him. And he's not innocent, right?
Was it Fat Dave?
It was a big fat bloke, right? And he worked on one of the crews that used to bring in equipment where I used to work at the Students' Union, okay? And he was massive, right? And I think it was 1990 or 1992, the Euro, right, when England got knocked out, and he went mental, and he was so angry. He went out and he wanted retribution. Okay, luckily there were no German people around, but the closest he could find was a sausage van. Some poor bloke who delivered sausages, and he turned it over. He got the van and he turned it over because it was selling sausages, so he thought that's German enough.
No, well, if he's fat, he's probably just annoyed that it wasn't open.
I'm very excited because Peter Crouch is in the tournament. Now, Peter Crouch...
You identify with him, don't you?
I love Crouchy. He's exactly the same height as me, 6'7".
He's sort of lanky and awkward looking.
Right, but brilliant. I mean, still a very... let's not forget that he is playing in the national squad.
Yeah.
He is a striker. He's got an excellent track record of scoring for England. Admittedly, maybe not in the super top important games, but nevertheless... Tremendous.
He's like your role model. He's like your pin-up.
He's a role model. He wrote an autobiography, which I was going to call my autobiography, Tall Stories. Crouchy got there first, but good luck to him. I give it to him.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him to do that. I once got someone who came up to me in a club once and said, "Are you Peter Crouch?" I said, "Yeah." I thought, she thinks I'm crouchy, what's the problem? Let's see how far we can get with this before the truth will out. But I was disappointed.
I didn't know you wore glasses.
No, exactly, I'm sort of off duty, you know what I mean? I don't wear it on the field.
Do you think you'd have had a different career if he'd have worn glasses from the age of 5, like you?
This is one of the reasons I've not been a great footballer. Have you ever seen me doing any form of athletics or sport?
No.
Because I like to think I look quite elegant. You know, I feel like I'm actually in control of it. But when I look back, if like someone's videoed it, I look like one of those giant costumes in It's a Knockout. You know, where their arms are flapping and they just fall over.
No real expression on their head. Yeah.
But one of the things I was disappointed at, I was looking at, because obviously around this time of the year there's lots of advertising because of the footballers are all getting endorsements. And I was looking to see what each one was doing. And Wayne Rooney, he's got endorsement deals with Nike, with Nokia, Coca-Cola. Lampard, Pepsi and Adidas. Peter Crouch, you know what he's advertising?
Go on.
Pringles. It's not the coolest one, is it? Pringles. I mean, even the name Pringles. Really?
It's sort of like an insult, isn't it?
It is.
Who's that Pringle? Is that
Crouchy?
No, it's Steve Merchant.
I mean, I love Pringles.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased to see Crouchy's associated, but I was
Don't
disappointed.
bother mentioning Pringles thinking you'll get some free Pringles, because he went on about munches and then we got another fucking sniff.
No, true.
What do you think of that, Carl?
But are you a fan of Crouchy? You must be...
They're all much of a muchness. Honestly,
that's
I didn't want to come in here and start talking about football. I'll watch it.
What do you mean you didn't want to come in here and what a thing to say? What? Imagine going in and going, hello, welcome to BBC. I didn't want to be here today to talk about football. Fed up. I've got better things to do.
No, but it's something you talk about. I mean, it's ridiculous coming in here talking about it before we've even kicked a ball. Who knows what's going to happen? If there's one thing that's good about it, it's that, innit? Not knowing.
Well, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand all this punditry, why we have a 3-hour build-up, then they talk about half-time, then they talk about it for half hour afterwards. I mean, for me, it's like, it's kick-off, who won? They did, 3-1. All right, cheers, let's get on with work.
But also, we like the whinging after. We are, this country loves a moan. They love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Love a good moan. I don't know how we'd be if we won. We'd go, all right, what was he talking about?
Yeah.
See, back in 1966, people weren't as miserable.
No.
Okay, hang on, I'd like to hear this theory extrapolated.
Well, they weren't, were they? People were, the war had happened, like, not that long ago.
Right.
People getting on with it, 66, everyone's smart, you dressed up if you went out, they weren't on as much money.
The
Footballers. It was just a game of football. Whereas now, it's like all this build-up going on. Just get on with it. I'm sick of it, honestly. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
I'm with you. I do think it's ridiculous that there's a match and the programme before it's like 2 hours before it and then an hour afterwards.
Well, that's just a shameless attempt to keep people... I mean, let's be honest, you and I have been guilty of being involved with that, haven't we? We've done various little skits and sketches in the past.
But that's fun. I mean, we do that for us, not for them.
Yeah.
I don't care whether people like it or not. I did it because it was fun. I dressed up you and a dwarf. The day doesn't get better than that.
Well, I was in a pub watching that year, and I'd forgotten that we'd done that, or at least that it was going to be shown that day. So I'm in this pub, it's crammed, obviously, and that comes on, it's on the big screen, and suddenly that's that sketch, right? A couple of things with me. One, no one was paying attention. I was furious. I was thinking there's a couple of good-looking birds here. Look, at least, look at those others. I mean, the sketch was Ricky Gervais and Warwick Davis. I'm playing Crouchy. No one, not paying attention. The few that were, not amused at all. Could not get... My mother, of course, famously said that's the funniest thing you've ever done, which means not talking about 20 minutes. No one in the pub seemed interested. And then a few people looked round, looked at me, looked at the screen, sort of shrugged, carried on going. Nothing. But also kind of, it is embarrassing, that situation.
I was on a flight, internal flight in America, and on the internal flights, you don't get individual screens. They give you individual players, but there's also screens all down the aisle for people, right? But Ghost Town was on. Ooh. Looked over, someone watching extras, and I had to make sure that at no point did I glance up at the screen like he's watching himself, and make sure I flicked over whenever it came up The Office or extras.
Yeah, if I'm on the tube and I'm flipping through the paper, sometimes there'll be an interview with you that I'm not aware is going to be in the paper, and I have to flip on by because I don't want to play on the tube going, reading about your mate, are you? Don't get enough of him, do you? You read it, you know what I mean?
Carl,
have you been recognised? Do you ever get recognised much?
Yeah, now and again, but I haven't done anything of any worth. However, it's almost like recognising a neighbour or something, because they sort of go, oh, it's him, and then the other one might go, what does he do? Go, I don't know. It's not like I've done something
Right, of any worth.
Yet.
Yeah.
None of us don't think of any worth. It's all relative to the entertainment industry. You know, whatever you think of The Office, you know, I'm very proud of it, but I haven't secured a bunker in enemy territory. I haven't given a kidney away. Do you know what I mean? It's all relative. It's just, did you entertain anyone? Did you know, bring a smile to someone's face? Was it a laugh? I think you're forgetting all those emails I passed on to you for those people that have had traumas in their lives. You know, the earthquake victim. There's people that have lost relatives or had, you know, terrible life-threatening diseases, and they say the podcast got them through. Doesn't that warm the cockles of your heart?
Well, normally it's gone straight to you, hasn't it? And you just forwarded me on, so it's almost like spam to me. It doesn't feel as special, because it's like, here you go, look at this, you know.
Unbelievable. I've got the new iPad. I've had it for a few months actually. It got sent to me by the inventor. That's who you're dealing with there, Steve.
Bloody hell.
You got it, aren't
Still
you?
getting free shit.
My favourite app on this is that look, you just type in what you want it to say and it says it.
Karl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
That's good, that.
It's almost certainly what it was designed for.
I haven't seen that on the advert.
Karl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
That's great. She sounds like a Radio 4 news announcer.
So what is that for?
For doing that?
Karl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
Yeah.
Did I mention his round head?
Good. Right then, so
I think I first became really excited by the World Cup that famous year when Maradona did the handball. Do you remember what was that, 1986?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so exciting. Because obviously he'd been so brilliant in that tournament. And then he did cheat, as we all know.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Do you remember that moment, Carl?
Well,
that was very formative for
I know
me.
what I made of it.
I don't know. Isn't cheating part of all games now?
Hang on, here we go. This is controversial. There's a lot of young people who look up to Carl as a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the world we live in now, isn't it? It's get what you can, how you can.
But what's your feeling? Are you the sort of person... I mean, have you ever cheated in a game? Are you that sort of person?
I just think my dad does it a lot.
What, in board games and that?
Yeah, just cards, you know, Monopoly.
How does he cheat at Monopoly?
Just nicks a lot of the money.
Oh, just straightforward next to money. I hadn't thought of that. I love that.
But how do you not notice him doing it? He
Because
doesn't.
I'm busy looking at, you know, what properties I've invested in and stuff. And the money's just there, isn't it?
See, I don't see the point of cheating.
No, I
at
don't. I
Monopoly.
say that to him. I'm saying, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. But to him, he's broke the system, hasn't he? He's got round the rules. What do you mean I can only have that much? Who says I can? Bosh. Get some more money, buy some more hotels. And in a way, that's life, isn't it? All people with loads of money now, you kind of go, have they made that honestly?
Right.
You know, I pass big houses in London and I think gangsters, got to be gangsters to have a house like that.
Yeah.
There's no way a normal job, someone who's... Because I know, I'm trying to make money. And I know how hard it is to make money. Because the more money you make, the more hands are out there, taking little bits. So how the hell has this man bought this house? It's got to be a crook. And
So
that's
do you yourself cheat? Would you consider yourself a cheater? Are you honourable?
in games.
Well, just generally, do you cheat on anything?
No, do you know what? The other week, I'd had a cup of tea and some fish and chips at this pub, and they only took for one. And I went back the next day and said, oh, you didn't charge me for the fish and chips.
What a fucking moron.
I paid. No, I didn't tell her about the tea, though.
Got a free tea?
The free tea, yeah. I just thought, well, you know, it's pretty good that I've gone back to pay for that. How much is a tea bag? The water's free.
Yeah.
I'll have that for free. So that, again, that's just me. It's like the Mars bar and the paper round. It's me going, well, I've been good. The fish would have cost money. Potatoes are pretty cheap, but I'll pay for it. But for my goodness, as a little gift, have a free cup of tea.
But who's giving you the right to make that decision?
That's me, that's me. I'm deciding there.
Right.
I'm in charge. I didn't have to go in there. Didn't have to go back and pay. I went back and paid. Tell you what, Carl, treat yourself. How's that? Have the cup of tea. All right, I will do. There's the fish and chips. Is she? If she was good at her job, she'd have remembered. I thought she would have done. In a way, it annoyed me that she didn't go, "Oh yeah, so you did. Well done. Thank you very much for coming back."
Right.
She just was like, "Did you?"
Not
She
enough
looked at me.
gratitude. I know
She
what you
looked
mean.
like she looked at me like we didn't even know.
Yeah.
I was worrying about a staff member
Getting
sort
fired
of
or
getting
something.
done
Yeah.
or having to pay for it.
I know where you're coming at there.
One of my first disappointments with football, I was 10 years old, okay, and one of the teachers was in charge of the football team, my junior school, and I went down to Tatty's, it was, a shop in Reading with my mum. So it's white socks, black shorts, white shirt. Knocked on his door. I said, I've got my kit. He went with the trouser yesterday. You missed it. That was it for a year. Right? Next year, I wear the trousers as well. I've got the trousers, okay? He was going, everyone, I want to give it 100%, right? Really try hard. He's watching people play, right? I made sure that every time I ran by him, I was out of breath. Every time I ran by him, he sort of looked at me, I think, yeah, right. Came to it, he said, the team is this, I'm left out, right? He went past me, and he went, you've clearly got asthma.
So you didn't make that team either?
Yeah, and I didn't, and I vowed that day, never try hard at anything.
Yeah, well, you've certainly kept that up.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Karl?
Do you play sport at school?
A little bit, but it was never taken seriously at school anyway. It was, I think the PE teacher was a geography teacher as well. So it's like, what does he know? It was all that. Basically, he put some tracksuit pants on that were always too tight for him. I'd see everything.
What were you looking at?
Because you couldn't help it. It was in the days when clothing was tight as it is, and then it was like lycra tracky bottoms.
Oh, right.
And everyone used to say, look at the state of that. But
like he's stealing sausages from
it was ridiculous, ridiculous. So he didn't know what he was doing anyway. If anything, it was dangerous because he didn't know what was the capability of a 10-year-old kid's body. Right. He put you through loads of stuff.
Right.
He didn't like me anyway because he wasn't that good. If you're not that good, teachers don't like you.
I thought you'd be pretty good.
I wasn't interested. That's the thing. I did relay and I got done for swearing. Got whacked on the arse with a baton.
Hold on, why were you swearing in relay? When did that come into it? When did you need to swear in relay? You're running around, don't think
because
you
the lads
swearing.
didn't slow down, so I couldn't pass it on. So I sort of said, "Fucking slow down," and he heard me, and then went mental at me. But yeah, so it was never. I mean, Darren Campbell, the athlete, I told you, didn't I, that I was involved in his training.
No, didn't know about this.
Yeah, Darren Campbell, I think he won a gold medal.
Didn't he used to push you around in a bath or something?
That's the summer wine. It was in my go-kart.
Right.
And it was a motorised go-kart, and you had to like pick it up at the back, run with it at speed, and then drop the wheels down and the engine kicked in.
But hold on though, that means you always needed 2 people to get you going on a go-kart.
No, one, he did it.
Well, where were you?
Sat in it.
Well then you didn't need 2 then to get it going.
What are you on about? I was sat in it,
Yeah.
He picks it up, runs with it,
Yeah.
drops it down, wheels start, engine starts, off I go.
But what would you have done without him?
Well, I couldn't have done it.
So you do need 2 people then for this motor
Oh,
race
one
to go?
person. I'm sat in it.
Yeah, but counting you, it's 2 people needed.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
But
Jesus
what's
Christ.
so bad about that?
Well, how can you have a play with yourself then? And you go, can't.
Sorry, this was part of his official Olympic training.
No, but I just feel like that was part of his early training,
Right.
which is the important bit in any, job or...
Now we should explain, people don't know, he was the bloke who used to push the bobsleigh in the Winter Olympics, wasn't he, for the England team?
No, he was a runner.
Well, how is that part of his training then, pushing a fucking go-kart?
What was he doing?
Because it's running.
But he's running about a yard.
No, sometimes more than that. Quite a lot. And it's just... God, what do you want? It's Darren Campbell pushing the go-kart.
You seem to be taking half the credit for his gold medal. All you've done is sat on your arse, you lazy twat.
I just kind of think he was at the age where it's important. He could have made a decision not to go into it at that point. And I think he was never keen to get in the go-kart.
Yeah.
He was always keen to push it. And I used to let him. Now if I said, no, I don't want you pushing the go-kart, who knows? I'm just saying I was there at the start.
Doing nothing. providing nothing.
Sitting on your arse.
Sitting around, letting someone else do it.
Alright, what athletes have you helped?
Well, I didn't know this was let's do a podcast about athletes we've helped.
You've not helped him, Carl.
I'd have come prepared.
I bet if he ever did a book, an autobiography, he'd go, the early years, Darren Campbell.
No, I want to know if he has done an autobiography, because we're going to be looking this up.
I remember the training.
I'm making a note of that for the next time we do anything.
Round at Pilkington's.
Darren Campbell.
Pushing a go-kart.
Pushing... Bald.
You weren't bald then, were you?
No.
Had lovely little hair of Chinaman.
Orangey twat in crap. Cheap.
It wasn't.
Go-kart.
120 quid it was. You know how many paper rounds that is?
What I like when you're watching football on the television is if it goes to a close-up of a footballer, it's just kick the ball out, missed the goal, it's gone for a free kick or whatever. If you stay on any footballer for more than 10 seconds, they will either swear or gob.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's a fact.
Oh, yeah. I've never needed to gob that much. I don't care how knackered I am, I'm never gobbing like that.
It's weird though. The other week, I just sat in the garden, slavering, just to see if it would ever run out. And it's amazing. I don't know where it all comes from.
What is the strangest case? That's amazing.
Just to see if it would run out.
So now he's got to the point in his life where, as a hobby or a pastime, or just to count down the minutes before he dies, he sat in the garden,
creating sputum,
slavering to see if he'd ever run out. I mean, that's amazing.
Where's it all come from?
Well, you create it, don't you?
But from what? I'm always getting done for not drinking enough water.
Salivary glands.
But it's amazing. Honestly, I just sat like that with my head forward and just let it drip.
Wow. So Suzanne comes into the garden and all she sees is her boyfriend sat like something from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, like someone dribbling, battered around the head with a cricket bat.
No, she was
Did you answer back to a dictator?
Yeah.
What did he do? Battered me.
But
You've got a trench up your arse as well. Yeah, that makes me flabber.
No, just sat there.
What a fucking
That's extraordinary.
What a div you are.
And I just had my head there and it continuously... I think I got bored of it before it stopped.
Oh God! I have never heard anything like this! Oh God, I need a second opinion! It's unbelievable! He just sat there with his head down, slavering, letting it just...
That's extraordinary.
You weren't even sort of like gobbing, you would just
letting it sort of drop.
So
you've got nothing else going on in your life that you've got time to do this.
So your brain wasn't even engaged.
How long were you there for?
I tell you what, no joking, probably a good 15 minutes.
15 minutes of sitting with his head forward, letting him salivate onto the grass.
But do you reckon you could do that amount?
I would never do it.
Never try.
I'd never have that amount of time.
I tell you now, you will never see either of us sat there for no reason in the garden with our head forward and our mouth open, seeing how long we can create saliva.
Unless I've just come out of a coma.
Yeah, or a gas attack.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot of... I'm sort of Goz Unlimited.
That's a great new dance duo! And please welcome to the stage, it's Goz Unlimited. Amazing. Didn't you have a little bit of problem in China with them all Gozzies?
Oh God, I tell you, they're just spitting all the time over there. I don't know what it's all about. All the time. That noise of... That continuously. Everywhere you look.
That good sort of footballer ball of gob that they spit and it kind of flies a couple of... I can't do it. I've tried, I can never do it. Yeah. If I try and spit, it just dribbles down your shirt. I don't know why I can't do it. I've tried in the past because it used to be cool. I remember when I was a kid, hanging around outside the spa.
What you've got to do is you've got to sit in a chair in the garden, just put your head forward and open your mouth and just let the it all comes out. And you'll probably get bored after about 15 minutes if you're a fucking moron.
I like when you're watching the football on TV and it just goes quiet for a moment. There's like a lull in the action, and you just hear that sort of plaintive horn, Yeah. Come on, England. Come on, England. I just find it so kind of mournful. It's sort of, and it's just the fact that someone's taken the effort to take it. I don't know what instrument that is. Is it a trumpet or is it just? It never sounds as elegant as a trumpet.
I don't know. Maybe
Just some kind of horn.
It's sort of it's reminiscent of like battle though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like there was you had all the cannons and everyone. Then there was one bloke that just had to walk. One bloke that carried the flag.
But it's never triumphant. It's sort of, you imagine you would have it at the funeral of a great footballer.
Yeah. Echoing around the stadium.
It's just, it always makes me slightly depressed.
Although it is safer to be him in a football match than when you're walking into battle. Because if you're the fellow with the flag, you're going, well, you're a walking target.
Yeah.
Everyone can see that.
Target practice.
And then they go, and even if it's dark, they go, I can't hear it, but I'll just shoot at the sound of that trumpet.
Yeah.
And no one likes the fucking trumpet.
No one wants to hear the
Hang
trumpet.
on, what's a trumpet?
What?
What do you mean a trumpet into war?
Well, there used to be people that would, carry an instrument that would, or,
What, in a battle?
Yeah, keep them marching up, keep the morale of the soldiers. Bloke with the flag, bloke with the drum, bloke with the trumpet. I mean, think of this.
Ventriloquist?
This Scots Guard, yeah. Diversity. They'd be, Subo at the back.
Yeah.
Subo at the back. Just
Put
keep
her at the front. I'm not having this. I don't believe that is.
Of course they did, back in the day.
Are you sure that happened?
What about the bagpipes?
What about them?
We better start going because I'm running out of breath.
It's a good job this podcast is free, because if you just paid for that.
It's not a good sound anyway. If anything, it might annoy you, and then you're more angry, and then you go mental with a gun.
Well done, yeah.
I think that's what it's more about, isn't it?
Because there's certain instruments that aren't appropriate for a war, like maracas.
Maracas, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Too
They're
happy.
just just a bit too carnival.
Grand
isn't it?
piano.
Oh, one of
That
those
wouldn't be
sort
appropriate
of
at all.
No.
that thing, that sort of the little penny whistle, or whatever. they
When
call
someone
it.
gets shot up the arse, that is when the major goes, oh, okay, well, oh, bloody hell! Stop. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
Cymbals are a good sound for a war.
Good.
You want cymbals,
Crashing
don't
cymbals, timpanis,
you? Very good, exciting.
cymbals, timpanis.
so at what
But
point?
one of those keyboard guitars.
Yeah, that's
No, it's cool.
Funky,
but
yeah.
it's cool.
Oh, the batteries are falling out.
You don't need a wah-wah pedal in a war.
No.
So why is that stopped then?
No, they still have military bands, don't they?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's more
More
like
pop and
a
circus,
Sunday sort of bandstand. Let's play We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, but
you
the
know,
thing about modern technology is, helicopters and tanks is going to get drowned out, isn't it? Years ago.
Yeah, nowadays they send in a sort of really good sort of mega mix DJ.
Yeah, Joe Bunny.
Yeah, exactly. Westwood's up there, going giving it. He's doing like he's scratching and
Come on, the place is mad deep with Taliban.
yeah. What do you think about George Best using up his liver, then getting another one and getting pissed again?
Clever.
well, that's always going to encourage it, isn't it? I've always said that.
What?
The moment we can replace stuff, people just go, "Oh, sod it." Like
What would you do
smokers.
if you gave someone a kidney and
You mess
then
with it.
and they started
You
just
saw them down the pub again.
doing drugs and shit and
Well, I wouldn't hand it out to someone just like that, would I? I think you should be allowed to say, right, who's it for? Can I meet them? And then have a chat with them,
right?
saying, have you learnt your lesson?
Well, I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm a little kid who wants a kidney. Okay. And you've come to me. I'm the top of the list. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Are you going to give me one of your kidneys so I can live?
I don't know,
Well, I'm at the top of the list. So why is your head so round?
right, so definitely not.
Why?
Definitely
Little
not.
kid, look
He's
at
a
him,
little kid.
pale.
No, I need a
He's
kidney.
cheeky though, isn't he?
No,
Cheeky.
please,
Lovely
please,
little kid.
roundhead.
What
Please, can I have your kidney?
No, you can't.
Oh, come on, you've got
let's see
two.
another kid. Let's see another kid.
No,
Lesson
I'm the top.
learned,
I'm
lesson
top of
learned.
the fucking list. Give me one of your kidneys, you round-headed twat.
No, and I
Hold
wouldn't
on.
feel bad about not giving it you.
Well, hold on though. Can we have a second opinion from the nurse?
Wanker.
Thank you, nurse.
I would not feel bad about walking away from that kid and saying you cannot have a kidney.
So you're gonna.
Do you know what? I'm going to take this kidney out and bin it.
Hey, wait. Do you know who that kid went on to become?
Go on.
Winston Churchill.
Right, well maybe I helped. It's like Darren Campbell all over again. I made him stronger. I was tough with him. He saw how tough the world is.
No, but he didn't. It's his alternative universe where he died because you never gave him that kidney.
Yeah.
Well, you can't worry about that then, can you? If you're going to start going that far back and forward and stuff. But I think I don't know what I'd expect someone to be like. Just want them to go, what do you eat? I'd say write down your diet.
Oh yeah, I'm going to treasure this kidney. I'm going to treasure it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to really work hard and I'm going to make something like more than you did.
So how...
your kidney's going to be a lot better off for me than you lazy tosser, I'll tell you that. If you want achievement, then, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to do really well. Unlike you thick little round-headed shit. So the quicker you get the fucking kidney out of your Eustace body and into mine, we'll all be happy, won't we?
Okay. Well, I'll go away and think about it for a month.
Well, no.
There you go. Don't have to get nasty. Sick of it. Always helping people out.
That's a big ask, isn't it?
If I came to you, Rick, in all seriousness,
Yeah.
and you could give me a kidney, would you give me a kidney?
What if I end up needing it?
Well, yeah, but that's the point, isn't it? That you're doing something.
Can I have it back? Can I have it back if I need it? What?
No, because I need it. Mine are failing. I need at least
Yes.
one. I need at least one.
Yeah, you need one, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. This is on loan. Because if my other one goes, I want that back. Because then I'll be on one.
Well, no, yeah, but then we're both on one.
No. Right, you've got... Yours are fucked, so you might as well be on none. I've got two, okay? I will give you one.
Yeah.
Right? With the express understanding that if my remaining one packs up, I want that one back. It's on loan. If we both live out our life, then so be it. But if this other one goes and they say, well, you need another kidney, I go, right, I know where I've kept one for the last 10 years.
So you're going to come to me, right? You've gone knock knock. I've opened the door. My beautiful supermodel wife is there.
She's going, oh, his kidneys are brilliant now.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's great. He never stops having the sex.
Yeah.
She's making us iced teas.
Right.
You know, she says, "Come in, Rick.
Yeah.
Sit down." So good. She says, thank you so much.
That's all right, don't
This
worry about
lovely man. I know you've not got long to live because you're old and fat.
Yeah.
You've had a good innings.
Well, you've had a good 10 years, though, haven't you, with this kidney? And that was
But
I'll tell you what,
love this man.
You can return the
and he's so
favour.
young. And
Give me back my fucking kidney.
We've got two beautiful children.
Right, I'll tell you what. Give me my kidney back and have one of theirs.
Two beautiful kids.
Yeah,
Small
there
little
you go.
kidneys. Small little kidneys. And
There's
that's good,
four to choose from. They're growing you. They're
Small
growing you.
little
It's like when you
kidneys.
put a little plant in a big pot. They grow. They catch up. The kidneys are growing to you. So I'll have my kidneys back, and you've got four to choose from there. Take one of each, and you'll have two little kidneys to make one big kidney.
Johnson, can you have this man removed from my house?
Would you give anyone a kidney, Carl? Suzanne?
I'm sure you would give Suzanne a kidney.
Well, obviously you'd give Suzanne a kidney, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, would you, or are you just saying that?
Suppose I would. I don't really like the idea of it.
So, what are you saying to Suzanne right now if she's listening to this podcast?
Carl, good luck. Bit of good luck. You know I need a kidney, and it's got quite rare. Well, we've got the same sort of blood group and everything, so yeah, you got two, I got none. Bibbidi bob, one each. Let's have a good life. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you'll have to have it. Which one are you thinking of going for? Because I think the right one's a bit dodgy because they had the kidney stones.
Well, you keep that.
Do you want that one?
I'll have the left one.
No, I'll tell you what. You have that one because when I was in all the pain, you were going, it can't be that bad. So you have it. It's in good working order. They've looked at it.
Yeah.
But it is prone to stones.
He's using this to get back at her. To say it can't be that bad. It's like poetic justice. He can give her the kidney she didn't believe was that painful.
So let her have that, and I don't know what's life like with one kidney.
You've got to be more
much?
careful. You've got for specific diets.
Yeah.
It is more dangerous.
There's more of a strain on it, but you know.
Don't like talking about it. It's all it freaks me out. It's all doing stuff now. The kidney's doing stuff.
Yeah.
My teeth are hurting still got a little bit of toothache going on there. I've got a sweat on. All stuff's going on without me knowing. Germs whizzing round. I've had jabs for rabies. I've had hepatitis A and B. I don't know what that does. I've had A and I've had B. That's whizzing round my body. body's in shock, innit, at the moment. It doesn't know what's going on. I've had...
How is it notifying you of the shock?
Well, I think, like I say, I keep getting this sweat. And what else have I had? Typhoid. All this stuff shouldn't be in my body, should it? And we don't really know, do we? They're saying, yeah, have this, have that, shove it in your arm, it's alright. But we don't really know. Long-term effect. I've got rabies in me. I never thought I'd have to have that. Tetanus. I've had. TB.
Well, enjoy the World Cup, everyone. Come on, England.
Come on, boys.
Rouge.
I think I've had them all. One for getting bit by a dirty monkey.
Well, that's about it for the Ricky Gervais Guide to the World Cup.
Provoke some initial thoughts. If I can offer another quote from the great Karl Sagan, who said, advances in medicine and agriculture have saved vastly more lives than have been lost in all the wars in history. So quite a...
yeah, just shows you shouldn't really worry about war.
What do you mean?
It's not a big problem, is it? Obviously. So, that's a good point there, Carl. War's not as bad as a lot of people make out. What do you think, Carl? Overrated? Too much fuss about all...
Well, I don't know anyone who's died in a war, but I know loads of people who have died from, cancer and what have you. So is that going on Carl's quote? Does that work? Is he right? What did he say?
Good, well, we're off to a fascinating start. I think it's probably best, Rick, if we return to the very beginning of time, the dawn of man, because of course even in primitive prehistoric ages medicine was practiced in some ways from the research people have done, cave paintings and the like. Karl, I wonder if you would just give us your initial thoughts on the medicine of the ancient world.
You sound like you haven't studied it, or you're being
modest.
You're being modest.
I haven't really thought about it.
What do you think?
They didn't have much. I know that Tutankhamun. He died of having a knee injury, so they didn't have that much medicine knocking about back then.
Right, where did you get this information from? It sounds vague.
I read it at an exhibition I went to, and
did you read the whole sentence? Or
no, I just saw they had some video footage made up. It wasn't from the time, and they just sort of said this is probably what happened. Sure.
Did you put the headphones on and listen though, or do you just guess it?
I just looked because I couldn't have the headphones.
Of course not.
Why couldn't you have the headphones?
They're expensive.
How much?
About £50 I think, deposit and everything.
Well, you get that back though if you return them. All you have to do is take them off your head and hand them in.
I don't like the idea of handing money over, because it's like when you get a flat and that and you put a deposit in, you never get the full deposit back. I don't like deposits.
Well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to take £50 off because you put wallpaper on your headphones.
No,
it's not the same, is it?
So you're going to deprive yourself of education because you don't trust the Natural History Museum.
He came off a chariot. The dangerous things.
He came off a chariot. You saw that on the... How do you know he died? How could you tell from visual images that Tutankhamun died from a knee injury?
It's just... honestly, you're going to make yourself look daft here, because that's what happened.
Imagine that. In a room with Karl Pilkington, we make ourselves look daft. That would be incredible.
So aside from Tutankhamun's knee injury, that's pretty much your grasp of the ancient world of medicine?
Well, I don't know anyone else who's knocking about.
Well, what about if we go back even further? What about if we go to sort of primitive man, cave-dwelling man? What do you know there of medicine in that early stage?
They didn't really bother.
Okay, is that guessing or
wasn't the earliest ones like people like shaman and those
absolutely, of course,
tribal lords that would say, well, that was I assume even pagan man had sort of apothecaries that certain roots and...
Yeah. Shaman who would use herbs and so on. But of course, if we go back to primitive man, you're obviously familiar, I believe it's pronounced, is it trepanning?
Oh, when you take the top of your head off and let out the demons. And
they found various skulls from ancient man with holes bored in the top, some of which had healed over, suggesting that they had indeed drilled holes in their head, or presumably they wouldn't have had drills at that point, cracked the head, and in their thinking letting out evil spirits, and then they healed back over. So in some instances, the people survived.
Don't you think it's fascinating that there was at one point when man discovered that this thing that we now call the brain, which sort of houses the mind, he knew was in his head?
It's not that amazing.
Well, no, it's not to you, because you know it's there. But
but back then, I reckon I'd know that's where it is.
Why? Can you feel where you're thinking?
Well, it just makes sense to put it there.
Why?
When you think and you speak, it comes out your mouth. So it just makes sense that whatever's near that is near to the mouth. If your brain was in your foot, it'd take ages for you to say anything.
No, it wouldn't. Why?
This is like actually talking to a primitive man about his understanding of medicine. They would have more insight. By this point, we'd have just cracked open your head to get the demons out. Shall we move on to the ancient world in terms of Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, of course, because they made huge advances, particularly the Romans, who understood, of course, the importance of sanitation. You know, famously their streets were clean.
Yeah. Don't you think that if we hadn't have cleaned up as much, that, I don't know, we'd be stronger?
What? Well, I know what you mean. Yeah, they say let your kids eat dirt. Yeah, of course. Well, that's building up its sort of immunity system. If you're too closeted, you don't fight it. And that's exactly what immunisation is, giving you a bit.
Yeah, but it's
of the
gone
disease.
mental now. Whenever a baby's born, it's drugged out of its eyeballs. It's only about a week old. They're giving it all sorts of shots.
Like what?
Loads of stuff for whooping cough.
Yeah, you don't want whooping cough. Tutankhamun could have died of whooping
No,
cough.
but give it loads of stuff, and now it's like, I don't know, it's making us weak.
Yeah, soon there's going to be things that, one, we're not immune to, and two, our antibiotics no longer work, because of course things like the viruses and bacteria or whatever, they evolve and change so quickly that you can't keep up with them. And also there's this big thing, like the superbug, for example. There's a very strong theory that says that it's where people took half the course of antibiotics, and what it did was it was almost like an immunisation to the bacteria and virus against the antibiotic. They got stronger.
That's what I mean.
So yeah, we need some germs, as you'd call them, but there are some that we have eradicated. I mean, I think it was in our lifetime that they eradicated smallpox from the world. They just stopped it, and it saved, millions and millions of lives, and they wiped it out.
There are rumours, of course, that both Russia and America still have the smallpox virus under lock and key, which they could theoretically breed and use in a chemical warfare situation.
Well, there was a bit of a scandal a few years ago, I think 10 years ago, where in a university laboratory, someone came across a marked yoghurt pot in deep freeze that had smallpox in it. That was a hangover from the 70s.
When you say it was marked, was it like someone's put their name on it because they don't want someone to eat their smallpox?
No, I think they looked into it, and it was the deep frozen smallpox virus that thawed out.
They
and
just
released.
left in a fridge.
Well, I think so. Yeah, it was an admin
understand.
problem. I'm sure that somewhere. What I mean is, it's under lock and key or frozen at minus 200 degrees centigrade. Why?
Under lock and key and all that. It's not good enough. Get rid of it. Why are they keeping a little tub of smallpox knocking about?
Well, they're not meant to be.
Well, that's a
What's he
lesson.
doing there in the first place? To me, that's like in James Bond, where they don't kill him when they have the chance. There's always that little thing of, let's play with danger. Let's keep a bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably
next to AIDS in the Kiora bottle. I don't understand why you'd store that.
Well, there's probably a presumption, it's probably an overhang from the Cold War, where people were thinking, well, listen, what if Russia's still got some smallpox? We better hang on to some smallpox.
It's just clutter though as well, isn't it? You see, we're obsessed with keeping stuff. And it's the same with germs. We can't even say, get rid of that. We won't be needing it. Smallpox, we'll keep it just in case. Get rid of it. We've got this obsession thing again. It's saving everything. It's like how we save every animal, even a germ, we get upset about if it dies out.
Yeah, but you say that, but of course, famously Alexander Fleming discovered what may be the most important breakthrough of the 20th century, which was the first antibiotic, I think, in 1928, and he's literally saved hundreds of millions of lives with that, changed the face of modern medicine. And he discovered that because he left a bit of old bread out for a while and it went all mouldy in his kitchen. And he thought, oh, what's that? Oh, let's have a look.
Like I've said to you before, it's down to him being scruffy more than anything. It just seems like there's a lot of scruffy kitchens around that, I mean, you're saying...
But think if his cleaner had come in and gone, oh, Mr. Fleming, you disgust me, you fucking filthy scruffy cunt, I'm going to throw all this bread away. He's going to go, Maud, what did you do with that old bread I left out? It had gone green, sir, so I chucked it away. Oh, Maud, you dopey fucking slut. You've just caused millions and millions of people to die. Keep out of my fucking kitchen.
I know, but don't put it there. It's the same way smallpox in a yogurt pot. It's in a yogurt pot.
Well,
you're asking for trouble.
But what if Maud had come in and thrown that away? Again?
He couldn't shout at her. She's doing a job. I'd be annoyed if it was still there.
Yeah.
I'd say it's been here now for a couple of weeks. You haven't even asked. There's a lot of cleaners. That's part of the problem, I'd say. The cleaners. They're not doing the job. That's the problem in hospitals, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's filth everywhere.
Well, they proved a point. In one hospital, they brought a team of people in to show doctors and nurses how to clean things properly, and deaths went down 30%.
There you go.
Just from properly washing your hands and properly washing the floor and things. That's amazing, isn't it?
It's pretty simple. Just don't put like yogurt pots with smallpox in the fridge. Yeah, I mean, that's a starter.
Yeah, but you were saying earlier, let's let babies eat mud, don't inject them.
Yeah, but
let them crawl around a dirty floor, clean up the floor and no one will die.
I did say that, but we've gone too far now. Babies are coming out mad. Oh, they can't handle anything now. Oh, they've got a runny nose. They're coming out all mardy. Get ill. Yeah, they get ill easy. They're not tough babies anymore. We're ending up with a load of weak people who need looking after all the time. That costs a lot of money. And they can't do anything. They're useless. Now that doesn't happen in other nature. If a little weak bird is born, you see Bill Oddie saying that won't last. he says that won't last a week, and he's right. You watch it and say, oh, that third baby that came out, he died. And
but what's your point, Carl? That modern medicine, which can help people live to the age of 75, 80, that it shouldn't be doing that? It should let people just die off?
Well, here's something, right? The estate that I grew up on, there's a woman there.
Yeah.
Scruffy Sandra.
I like her already. Oh, it's great. It's so descriptive.
Now,
she had no chance, even if she cleaned up her act.
Yeah.
She'd come in looking like Pretty Woman. You go, all right, Scruffy.
No,
What's the point? What is the point?
So the thing is, she used to always get on these buses called dialer rides that were sort of like posh taxis. You could call for one, it'd come round to your house, and it would pick you up and you'd pay like 50p.
But it would pick up a bunch of other people as well.
Yeah, on the way. So it would take ages to get to where you're going.
That is.
No, it's good though. It's kind of a bit of a day out. Old people used to love it because you'd get to see things.
Right.
And you'd hear a call coming in on the radio that Scruffy Sandra's being picked up, and you go, oh god. And she'd always have loads of bin bags with her for some reason. Now the thing is...
Well, she sounds clean.
She stunk.
Well, she's taken out the
Was
bin
she
bag
homeless?
No, she wasn't homeless. No, she used to she just didn't bath and that. She just stunk. But the weird thing is...
What do they call her, Stinky Sandra?
She never was ill.
Right.
People didn't sit next to her.
Yeah.
Because she stunk.
Yeah.
Now, because of that, anyone who might have had a bit of flu or a cold never sat next to Scruffy Sandra.
Right.
Because she stunk. But that was good. That was like a protection thing for her, because she knew that because she stunk, no one wants to sit next to her. She wouldn't pick up the germ.
Right. No, but this is quite... Your point is, in order to fend off illness, you have to not bathe, and so you stink.
So you're saying that it wasn't that she built up an immunity, it was that she stank so much that flu wouldn't come near her.
This is such a specific example. It's not applicable in any other scenario.
There's always colds, there's always flu. It's whether your immunity is good or bad. The times I get ill, are usually after like a long haul flight or something, when you're surrounded by it and you're run down a little bit.
Or maybe if you didn't bathe for 3 days before the flight.
Yeah. So it's always there. There's colds and flus everywhere. That's interesting, isn't it? That more sort of colds are spread through shaking hands than people, just taking in the air, because people sneeze into their hand and they think that's sort of safer. And they shake hands and you get it on your hand and it sort of dies in the air quickly, but it stays on your skin a bit more because it's you're nice and warm, lovely environment. So that's why some sort of germaphobes don't even shake hands anymore.
Yeah, but that's going too far, because they're going to die of something. You can't be that paranoid. You've got to get on with your life.
Loneliness.
And it's good to feel ill, because when you feel better, you appreciate how good you feel.
Doesn't make any sense at all. It's good to feel ill. Doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it does afterwards. The other weekend, when I was ill, I don't know what was up with me, but I got something.
Symptoms?
Went to the toilet a lot, felt sick at the same time, got a sweat on, felt weak, had the shakes.
Just a bug, yeah.
Lasted probably about 24 hours. After that 24 hours, you go, oh, I feel good again. It's nice to feel good again. And it makes you appreciate how good you feel. Now, sometimes I don't know if I feel well.
It doesn't make any sense at all either. What do you mean, sometimes you don't know whether you feel well?
Because I've been in my body for years.
Here he goes again. Here he goes again.
Now,
the two minds.
If there was some sort of kit that the doctor said, how are you feeling, Mr. Pilkington? I go, I think I feel all right. And they go, well, do you? I don't know. And they go, well, step into the machine, right? Get into the machine, and if he could somehow transfer my feeling into his body, so I could feel how he feels, and then he can feel how I feel, and he'll go, oh, you're not well at all. Your heartbeat's irregular for a start.
You're a maniac.
I don't know what's going on here.
Why don't you just accept that if you feel well,
because you don't know if you feel well.
Hang on, let's get this machine built. Sorry, why are people bothering studying AIDS? We've got to get this machine built.
Listen, this machine could do a lot of good if they could do it.
Why?
Because some people, you hear about people who go, oh, I think I've got a bit of wind. Before you know it, they drop down dead. Right? Because they didn't know. They just, didn't Mr. Jones have a sweat on, Mrs. Jones, before? Oh yeah, he did, but he always had a sweat on. Well, didn't it bother him? No, he was used to it. Happened for years. Why didn't you come in? Oh,
so, and what would the machine do again?
The machine would make my doctor feel like me. He'd be sat there and he'd go...
Sorry, who's saying to Mrs. Jones, did Mr. Jones have a sweat on?
The doctor.
So the doctor knew he had a sweat on. Why didn't the doctor say, well, we better look at that?
No, he didn't. He asked Mrs. Jones.
He's not a very good doctor then.
Yeah, but this is the problem now, isn't it?
Right, so Mr. Jones went to the doctor and said, oh, I've got a sweat on, right?
Right, so he'd go, well, I'll tell you what, get in the machine. So Mr. Jones gets in the machine.
Yeah.
The doctor hits the button. Mr. Jones gets into the doctor. The doctor goes, you have got a sweat on. I'm familiar with this because I had a fella in the other day with a similar thing. Take 3 of these.
You are a mental case. I don't know what this is.
Because why can't the doctor make that observation like a doctor does? Why can't the doctor, using his knowledge, observe the person with the sweat on?
This is like a scene from Ghost. This is like Patrick Swayze.
Listen, do you know that time when I went to the doctors and he said my nerves are too short?
That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, but listen, I've told you about it. I don't want to go through it again. But he looked at my legs and stretched them and that. He said, yeah, it's the old short nerves problem. Now, that took like 3 visits before he worked that out.
Right.
But how would he be? Just because if he was feeling how you were feeling, I wouldn't help him identify it.
Yeah, you're there in your body, and you're not going, bloody hell, my nerves are a bit short. Doctor, you're going to the doctor. Okay, I'm to a place where Pilkington is wrong.
Right.
Pilkington is in me. Oh, my nerves are too short.
When my nerves were short.
Are they not short already? Have they extended since then?
Well, I just have to do stretches and it's pull them about. Right. But when I had that, I'm not very good with words.
Go on.
So when I was going in saying, doctor, my knee's aching, and he'd go, what sort of ache is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just an ache.
Toothache. It's like a toothache in my leg.
No, but it's different. It's a different ache. Now the thing is,
it's like an arse ache.
It's hard to explain an ache.
So he'd have to feel the ache, and then he could make an assumption.
Thank you.
So he would presumably go through training, going in the machine, and they'd bring in various sick people, and he would experience and feel every single ailment.
Great.
Yeah, but over...
Doctor, I'm going to let you know now what a swift kick in the bollocks feels like, just in case you ever have to diagnose that. Oh, you God! Can't remember that one.
Yeah, but
Doctor, now you're going to feel a spike up the arse.
it's all about. It's,
Oh, I can't remember that one. Okay.
No,
Doctor.
couldn't I just wait till the man comes in with a spike up your arse?
No, we got to tell you so you know
But
when
I
you
reckon
feel
I
it.
can assess it if he's coming, he's got a spike up his arse. I'd
You've
be
got
able
to
to tell.
experience everything before someone comes in and gets into your body like Ghost, and you'll know what it is.
Hey, listen, let's not dismiss this idea out of hand, of course, because you'll famously remember, Rick, that Carl had the idea of a man who can grow backwards. So he's born as an old man, and when he dies he's a young baby. I think we're all looking forward to the new Brad Pitt film. That is exactly that plot.
a bit strange.
It's not really strange, is it? Because it's from a novel, I think written before Carl was born.
That's true, that is true, yes.
Yeah, but I haven't read it.
Well, that's
so
obvious.
it's just an idea. And with all ideas comes something. Einstein said that. He said if an idea isn't...
Go on. Wait. Just let him
What did
finish.
Einstein say?
We've got an Einstein quote here.
Yeah.
This is a historic day. Carl, sorry, what were you saying? What did Albert Einstein say?
He just said something along the lines of...
No. Give us the quote.
It doesn't matter about how he worded it. It's the point in hand.
Well, I think it is. I think a quote. I think like all any sort of poetic content of anything is exactly how it's worded. So just what did Einstein say exactly?
Well, he said something along the lines of...
Go on.
An idea. If an idea isn't daft...
Oh, start again.
No, come on, let's hear it.
No, because he started.
He said if an idea isn't daft, it isn't worth thinking about.
What? Say it again?
If an idea isn't daft, it isn't worth thinking about.
I can't imagine him saying daft.
No, well, it was something like that though, meaning that every new idea seems a bit mental,
Yeah.
right?
It's a good
But
point.
then it leads to something.
Well,
I'm not sure that he...
no,
But I think if we were sat with Einstein now and you'd brought up the machine that allows doctors to feel, I don't think he'd be saying we should pursue that idea.
There's some ideas that go, I think the Earth might be round. We go, oh, you're an idiot, it's flat. And then there's people who stand in doorways covered in crucifixes with tinfoil on their head saying, Jesus is in my cock.
Yeah. But
Now, he's a mentalist.
yes, but what I'm saying is, wouldn't you have said it was mental years ago when someone said, I'm going to make a machine so I can look inside your head? Years on, hello, get in the machine, we've got an MRI scanner. It's the next one along.
They'd have gone, well, why are you looking in their head? It's where the brain is.
I'll tell you what, we've got similar to it anyway, because I've read about this machine where, right, say if, put it on Steve, right?
Go on.
I wear a camera on my head.
Right, if this is going to be I can see Steve's thoughts.
No, but it's similar to that, and it works as well. So I put a camera on Steve's head.
Okay, it's changed already. Whose head's the camera on?
I don't think it matters.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Let's put
Just
the camera
explain
on
it.
Steve's head.
Okay,
right,
the
put a
camera's-
camera on Steve's head.
Right,
What I've got on my head are some goggles.
Right. Over your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
You've got the camera. Through my goggles, I'm seeing what your camera's seeing.
And where's the camera? Is it looking out from my eyes?
Yeah. Right?
So basically you can see what I can see.
So I'm seeing what you see.
But couldn't you just stand where I'm standing?
Well, it's just a monitor. Oh, that happens now, yeah. You can
Listen,
all have the
I
same
haven't
monitor.
finished.
Hang on.
Okay.
So... How does it work now? Hang
Well,
on
no,
a minute.
wait.
Hang on a minute.
This is. You're at the Royal College of Surgeons. You're presenting this idea now. Everyone in the world is sat down here. Eminent scientists are going to come. Don't know if he's a genius. He's got an idea for cameras and goggles.
No, you're saying this already exists.
This has just come out the other week.
Oh, okay.
Put a camera on Steve's eyes. He sees through the camera. I've
What do
got
you
the
mean?
goggles
Why
on.
is he seeing through a camera? I don't know what you mean. He's just got.
Wherever he looks, the camera's looking.
Okay, so it's a camera, right? Okay.
It's
yeah.
a camera on his head.
It's not seeing through it. It's just seeing what he sees because it's pointing in exactly the same direction as his
Yeah,
eyes.
if he turns his head to the right,
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
see that
So it's
to the-
monitored to so you're looking at a monitor really.
Right. So one of the simplest ideas, but it's taken us 20 minutes to explain.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So it's the same as a cameraman pointing the camera anywhere. We're watching the telly. We're seeing what the cameraman sees, basically. Go on then.
but it's not like
You've
that.
just invented television. Well done.
Okay, right. So I've got the camera on my head. It's seeing what I'm seeing. Go.
Right.
You've got goggles on your eyes.
I've got goggles on. If you turn right, I feel like I'm turning right.
Okay.
Now my
Yeah.
brain gets to a point that if you wear it for long enough, that brain thinks it's you. Because what happens is, because the brain's being kidded. At the end of the day, my brain thinks it's seeing everything because my eyes are looking at stuff.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But it doesn't think I'm Steve Merchant. It experienced what Steve's seeing. It's like a virtual reality.
No, but that's the weird thing. If you wear it for long enough, the brain's sort of seeing it like Steve's arm go up to his head and scratch it, and it gets to a point where the brain feels a scratch even though it's not scratching my head. So they're saying this is like you're kidding your brain, basically.
I can see how that would work.
But you're not going to believe that you're me.
No, you're not
going to
Steve
start
Merchant.
experiencing life as I experience it.
My brain would.
What do you mean your brain would, but you wouldn't?
Because I'm kidding the
We've
brain.
done this.
Yes, but you couldn't kid it into thinking you're me. You wouldn't forget that you're Karl wearing a contraption.
But what it was saying is if someone went up to your stomach and started tickling you, my brain would look down and see that someone is tickling me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd start laughing.
I can understand you.
No, you wouldn't. No, you would. Well, yeah, you might do because it might be a confusing stimulus.
Yes, but the point is, there may be certain physical things which you experience through it, but you're not going to stop thinking, "Hang on, I'm Karl wearing the mask." Are
No,
but you can do that.
you're thinking you're Karl, seeing all the things that actually.
You're
Steve
going to
did,
start having memories that you think are your memories are going to change. You're not going to remember your name. You're not going to remember Suzanne's name. What are we talking about?
No, but say if we did that at that event with a load of students in front of us, I'd remember that day through your eyes.
Right.
So I'd be living your day.
But you'd also remember that you were wearing
life.
a contraption. You wouldn't remember it as being, I was Steve Merchant for a day.
But I
Yeah,
kind
but you'd
of
have different
was.
thoughts because you'd access. But look, Karl, listen. I sat down and we watched the same thing. We watched a bit of Brokeback Mountain, and we all had different thoughts.
Yeah, because we're all sat in different places.
No, roughly speaking, we had the same experience when we're looking at the same thing. But it doesn't mean you assess it the same way, it doesn't mean you understand it the same way, and it doesn't mean you apply the knowledge in the same way.
No, I understand that, but
It's an interesting experiment. It is interesting. It'd be interesting to see it live. You're actually living. It's a different window to the world.
well, yeah. Say if like I was a fellow with no arms and legs, but these goggles had a really long lead, and you went about living your day, and I was looking through your eyes, I could have quite an interesting life.
Yes, you could,
Without
but
the
you wouldn't
apple.
stop remembering that you're the person wearing the contraption.
And also,
But what is life?
Yeah,
Life
but-
is what you experience.
Yeah, but if Steve went off, but you'd know this, wouldn't you? I mean,
Well, would you? If you stuck one on a baby?
Well, yeah, that's different. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
there you go.
if a baby knew no different, and those were his experience, then he would be feeling what he thought he was. Then there'd be nothing. But then, let's face it, tickling someone is the sensation. It's not the thought. It's not the concept of being
No,
tickled.
it's not
is
though,
funny.
because if someone goes to tickle you, but they don't tickle you, you can actually laugh, can't you? Because you go, oh God, I know what the feeling's going to be like.
Yes, because you've already experienced the real thing.
Yeah. I still think. there's something in
stop
it.
with that. Stop that sentence there, and you're lying.
Let's go back, if we may, shall we, to just some of the extraordinary early developments in medicine. Do you mind if we?
Oh yes.
If we go back, just get back on message. There are, of course, a number of extraordinary developments. You may obviously be aware, Karl, that the first contraceptive diaphragms, centuries ago, were citrus rinds. Half an orange rind, for instance, would be used.
I mean, more selfish men turned them inside out.
I believe that's also still being used in parts of Manchester.
For what?
An orange. Just think of your head.
And it worked.
Well, we don't know at this juncture.
I mean, maybe. I don't
It
know.
works for contraception because women went, fuck off, what are you going to me with a fucking orange on your cock for, you dirty cunt?
But it could. I mean, again, it's that thing in it of we look at it now and we laugh, but look at what's happening. People now are always trying to get us to eat more fruit.
Amazing.
That's a way of getting.
I thought for a minute he was going to say, okay, so they start with, then they went from the orange rind to say a coconut shell.
Yeah.
That was too big, that didn't work.
Run! Here
Yeah.
comes Coconut John!
No, don't put half a pineapple on your cock. That's insane.
Yeah, that's mental.
And then somewhere down the line, they finally got to contraception as we understand it. Is that? I thought that's where you're going, but no. Something about eating oranges is healthy
No,
for you.
what I'm saying is, if you go into any well-known supermarket and you look at, say, some young kid who's had a kid, and you look at stuff in their shopping basket, they're not buying fruit. They're buying, burgers and chips.
Turkey Twizzlers,
Yeah, crisps and all that. No, but they love having it away. Get some fruit in. So they definitely have fruit in the house, which at the moment, a lot of kids don't have fruit in their house. That's why they're eating Turkey Twizzlers. But the mum loves having it away. So she would have loads of fruit in.
So
everyone's happy.
If
the
she
kids
was
are
using
eating
an
fruit.
orange for contraception, she would also be giving the kids.
Well, you won't waste
so half
it.
the orange she'd give to the kids, and half the orange she'd stick up her fanny.
Yeah, a treat for everyone. Have a bit of fruit, and she's got what she wants. Whereas at the moment, what happens? A burger's not coming in helpful for anyone.
If you want me tonight, pop a sesame seed bone on your cock. Take out the fucking pickle. No one likes a fucking pickle up the fanny. Oh, he's a bloody romantic. He popped a plum roast sausage up my fanny yesterday. He loves me. Oh, no. Right.
Did you know, Karl, that cataract operations on the eye were performed in India as early as 1000 BC? And in Babylonia at the same time, the fees of eye surgeons were rigidly fixed by law and were quite generous. So, for instance, if you're a very rich person, it cost you about 10 shekels. If you're a slave, only 2 shekels. But if the rich person lost the sight of their eye after the surgeon had operated, they would cut off the hand of the doctor.
What? So he gets one chance at it?
Well, he doesn't want to screw up.
Yeah, I know, but everyone's allowed a couple of errors. That's how you learn, isn't it? That's a stupid rule. But then again, I don't know why they'd be so worried about their eyes back then.
What do you mean?
Well, there was less to look at back then.
What do you mean?
Well, like now, I saw a fella on the tube on the way here today who was blind, proper fully on blind.
Blind.
Now, for him, I just was like, oh, it's so depressing.
Right.
So much to see in the world now. Loads of stuff.
Right.
Art, buildings, and all that. Now, back then, if these people did have sight once, the pyramids, you remember it in your head, and that's enough. There wasn't loads of clutter anyway. It was all sand. So even if you fell over because you're blind, at least you landed on something soft. Whereas now, it's rubbish being blind. Stairs, loads and loads of people, loads of curbs and things. It's not a good time to be blind. So I prefer, if I was going to be blind,
That's
be blind
brilliant.
back when Tutankhamun was
Do you
knocking
think that's a
about.
choice that people have that are blind now?
No.
If you're going to be blind back when Tutankhamun was knocking about.
But all I'm saying
Sorry,
is,
Doctor, I didn't realise there was a choice.
It seems-
Oh, yeah. If you'd only told me you were going blind, I'd have said, well, let's get you back 3,000 years.
It just seems a bit harsh, that's all. When someone's trying to help you and operate on your eyes, and they have a little bit of a slip up, like we all do in jobs. You have a bad day, and he has to have his hands cut off. Then who's helping him? Who puts the hand back on him? And if they don't put the hand back on him right, do they have something done to them?
They're blinded.
Well, it just seems like a no-win situation. I wouldn't be a doctor, and maybe that's why there aren't enough doctors about now, because of things like that that put people off.
I don't think so.
Well, I wouldn't be a doctor now.
Why?
Look at the hassle that happens now. You're being watched all the time. You're not allowed to slip up.
Right.
Well, that's generally quite a good rule, isn't it, that doctors don't make mistakes?
No, but you've got to. I'd say at the end of the day, it's a complicated job. I'd get more annoyed when, say like the fella I've got round coming to fix my boiler. The fact he keeps having a go, he keeps charging me 80 quid, he don't really fix it.
Is it
and he
still
keeps
not
coming
working?
Back. I haven't cut his hands off.
No.
He keeps coming back. Oh, I'm a bit short of money, let's go round to the Pilkington household. Charge him 80 quid again. Oh, it's Christmas, let's pop round twice. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a doctor who's trying to help people, it's a difficult job.
Yeah.
If he makes a mistake now and again, I think, well, it's bound to happen. It's complicated.
Can't you see where I agree with you that people make mistakes, and I imagine there are good and bad doctors. They try and even that out by it being a very, very obviously stringent exam, and
It's 11 years they've got to do. I've read up on it. 11 years it takes to be a doctor.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It takes 7.
No, but then they've got to be in hospital or something for 4 years before they get to play with someone.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
that's ages. You're going to get bored. You're going to get bored.
But
But
that's it. They really do try and rule out, and there's still chance and mistake, and don't forget, you're given nearly impossible tasks still in medicine. Just think of the risk with transplants alone. And they're getting better and better at those, and they're lasting longer.
But the fact of the matter is, it's better to have a go, innit, than not have one. If someone
Well,
said to me,
it
right, we need
depends.
a new heart,
Yeah.
we're going to do it.
Well, if they say you're going to die anyway, let's try this new thing, you might as well.
Have a
But then
word.
there are some things that there's not worth the risk. When someone, it goes wrong, when someone's facial surgery goes wrong because they wanted plumper lips or a little
that's
nose,
what-
okay,
no,
you're a
some
fucking
people-
idiot.
yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
You
Yeah,
shouldn't
waste-
even be doing that. Doctors shouldn't even be allowed to do that.
I don't know why, I really don't know why a doctor under a Hippocratic oath takes the risk of something going badly wrong, sometimes general anaesthetic, because they can't be bothered to fucking go for a run, right? So they have fucking bits sliced off and tied up and sucked out. I want to go, you lazy fucking fat pig. Just go for a run and stop eating burgers, right? You might fucking die.
I know.
Well, can I just stop you there, Rick? Because actually, if it weren't for a plump patient, the stethoscope would never have been invented.
What, because you couldn't hear?
Yeah,
their
the person who invented the stethoscope, Dr. René Laennec, couldn't have a very fat patient come in and couldn't hear her heart through the blubber.
But then that's the sign of the problem. I mean, that's the sign of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, rather than saying, hang on, let's get a bigger chair in for her because she's got a fat arse, I'd say, well, you're not welcome here. If you can't get through the door, I'm not seeing you. I mean, if you've got a doctor who's having his hands cut off because he messed up an operation, yet fatty's coming in and getting special treatment, I wouldn't give him time of day. You see, this is what I'm saying, right? This is going right back to what I was saying at the beginning. The problem is, we've got pills for everything, and all this is doing is making people treat the body badly. Because you're going, be alright, there'll be something.
It's funny, isn't it, that like these tests, they go, well, let's have a look. It's what we were talking before about weighing kids. If they can't get through the door to get to school, you don't know. If they go, oh, I'm just going to take a sample of your stool. Actually, I don't. You're too fat. Your shit's come out like tagliatelle. Your ass is too fucking fat. Stop eating your gut.
I'm going to take a sample of your stool. What, the one you fucking broke when you sat down?
I just think this is the problem. You know, we can do too much, and because of this, people are going, I don't care about my body. They worry more about the plasma telly getting a scratch on it than they do about their own body.
Exactly.
And if we stopped giving them tablets willy-nilly, they'd have to look after the body more.
Willy-nilly is one of the worst diseases in the Western world, of course. Now, medicine is the art or science of healing, and that doesn't always have to be a drug or a surgery. I mean, bedside manner has a lot to do with things, and also it's all about care as well. We mustn't just forget that some people don't need medicine, they just need help. For example, there are people that help disabled people have intercourse where they can't, maybe get on to the woman herself, and there's someone that actually helps the man put in his penis to the woman's vagina. They leave the room. What?
I've never even heard of this.
It's true. Absolutely true. They're helpers.
Yeah, no, I believe that is the case.
Yeah. And that's just as needed as anything that might cure them.
It's not. That's pleasure.
Yeah. So what are you saying? Because you can't walk or move, that you can't love someone and want to share that love?
I'm just saying it's not a priority.
Well, no, but they're going to live. They're healthy apart from their disability. I've met someone, they want to, consummate this love, and someone helps them out and goes, well, that's part of my job.
No, it's not part of the job.
Well, it is part of this job because that's their job.
I have never heard anyone say, I've had a right day today.
Why?
I've been playing with Arthur's tackle all day.
They don't play with Arthur's tackle, they pop Arthur's tackle in Hilda's vagina.
I don't think they do.
They do!
How can they enjoy that? I mean,
They're not
maybe
doing
once,
it to enjoy it.
and they'd go, that didn't work, did it? I didn't enjoy that, Hilda.
No.
How can they enjoy it when the nurse stood there?
They don't.
Do
They help her in. She helps Arthur in, or he might be a male nurse. Pops Arthur in. Goes, okay, Arthur. I'll see you in a few minutes. Right. Goes outside.
But what's the point, though, in that?
Why?
Because it's all about the mood and everything. He's just stuck onto like a stag beetle clinging onto a leaf. There's no enjoyment in that.
Oh, the well-known stag beetle copulating with the leaf syndrome.
No, but I'm
That's
just
the
saying.
one-known position in the Garden Sutra.
I'm
No,
just
he
saying.
knows it. I think it's a lovely act, and someone's willing to. Wouldn't you help someone in?
Definitely not.
No. What?
Definitely
So no. Look, says a guy goes. Oh, this is my wife. We both say, well, I can't. Can you just pop me in, Carl? You're the only. You're the only person around.
No, I don't think it's important.
But there are
enough.
people.
What do you mean you don't think it's important enough?
I'd be happy to go round, put the washing on for them, make the bed. Do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, I'd love one. There you go. Oh, just before you go, forget it. If they asked me to do that, I'd quit. And I don't think it happens because people wouldn't take it on for a job. You never hear about it. On Comic Relief, when they're raising money, they don't go, thanks to Midland Bank for this £100 grand, that's going to go towards Arthur getting his end away.
That's ridiculous. So you would rather them not have the pleasure of each other than just help them in?
No, because they'd work out some way that they could do something for each other. I like to play the guitar. My fingers aren't long enough. I've knocked it on the head. It's the same thing. If you can't do it, don't do it.
So are you telling me, right? Okay. Suppose there's a little fella who's got no arms, no legs, right? Little Bob. Okay. There he is. All right, Carl. Right. He's got a friend, another little fella with no arms and no legs. All right, Carl. Right. They love each other. Two little fellas, two little dwarves with no arms and no legs. Okay. Lovely little fellas. They get married. Okay.
Yeah, Carl, you can't put my penis up my boyfriend's bottom, can you?
No, I can't, no.
Why not?
No, do you need anything else doing?
No, I'm fine, yeah.
No, it's weird how you can manage everything else.
Well, no.
I'm here to help you, everything else seems to be sorted.
Well, just the chair.
Why do you need help in this department?
Well, because he's over there and I'm here, and if you just pop me in and just
No,
leave
I'm
us
not
there.
doing that, it's not good for you. You've lost your arms and legs, you'll be losing that soon if you carry on sticking up there.
Well, after the medical advancements of the Greeks and the Romans, of course, through the Middle Ages, particularly in Europe, we ended up going backwards, and it became, people sort of returned to superstition, started relying on that. Sanitation was poor. A lot of the amazing sanitation the Romans had built was left to ruin, and we went backwards. And really, it wasn't until the Renaissance that people like Leonardo da Vinci started to, draw pictures of the anatomy and so on.
Well, putting scientific evidence and experimentation behind the theories, as opposed to someone with a big cauldron saying, if you bury a toad, your warts go away.
Exactly.
He looked into this and then thought, well, maybe they don't. Maybe it's a coincidence, So that's where experimentation comes. Empirical evidence, not just hope.
Of course, you still couldn't experiment or dissect humans because that was frowned upon. So often they would actually, the only people they were allowed to dissect and operate on were criminals. And at times, criminals would actually be dissected or cut open whilst they were still alive as part of their punishment. Is that ever justifiable, do you think, Karl, that people sacrifice for medical advancements?
They do it now, don't they? You hear about these people having, tests done on them, you get paid 20 quid and they say, let's rub this cream on your head.
Yeah.
And you get your 20 quid, and if your head goes funny, they say, well, you took the 20 quid, it's your own fault.
Wasn't that a student that took a few grand?
He became the living elephant man, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
It was quite horrific. His head was in all kinds of weird shapes.
I mean, that's unfortunate for 20 quid. But I'd say do it on the ill people, because they've got nothing to lose. Just test it. It's, all this testing on animals and that. Well, don't test it on animals. If you've got an itch, the doctor can say, I've got this cream here, we haven't tested it, it might work, it might make it worse, give it a go.
Right.
Yeah, but the whole point is that if you do that, someone's head might blow up to the side of the
it
elephant.
might outweigh the ailment.
That's happened already. A fella who had nothing wrong with him has now got a head of the elephant man for 20 quid.
Yes, I know. Well, but...
That isn't fair.
No, I know. But you're saying, you're going for athlete's foot, rub this on your feet, oh, your bollocks fell off. Never mind, it was a chance we had to take.
I mean, that's a particularly sloppy bit of medical research, that one.
No, yeah.
No, but say like my Auntie Nora, right? She's had everything wrong with her, right? She's had tablets that haven't been tested on anyone else. They test them on Nora. She's up for it. She's like, oh, I haven't had that. That's our little tester.
Yeah.
She loves it. But she knows that that's the case, and she's happier to give something a go than not a go. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of stuff. She rattles. She carries that many pills, like a maraca. You can hear her coming. But that's the way her life is now. She's just used to the fact that if it weren't for all these tablets, she'd be dead.
Yeah, but not necessarily. But the pills. She doesn't take pills that have been untested. She's not taking experimental pills.
I think she's honestly, she's got so much.
Well, so again, you just made that up then. You just assumed that they haven't been tested on someone. Where'd they get them? Where'd they get these pills from that haven't been tested?
Well, it's all very new. She's on a lot of new medication. That can go either way.
Could this be one of the reasons why she farted for 24 hours?
It could have been one of the side effects.
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes, was it?
Yeah, that's what my mum said. It's all the medication because your body's in shock, isn't it? It's been, given all these drugs that it's not used to.
Luckily, some of the pills weren't suppositories because she'd have lost them in the great fart of 1989.
I've lost all my suppositories.
But that's what you do, isn't it? If you're in pain, and I don't know if I told you when I had kidney stones.
I think you mentioned it.
I was in agony.
Yeah.
And they said I was in A&E, lying on my back. And the woman at the A&E counter said to Suzanne, "Who's that over there?" And she said, "Oh, he's with me. He's in agony." So they said, "What's up with him?" I said, "Oh, it's his kidney stones again." Because this is when I went back at the night. I was like, I couldn't care that people were staring at me. I was rolling about on the floor like a dying fly on my back. I just didn't care about what was going on around me. But I was told that because it's busy, that they might have to send someone out to shove like something up my arse that would get to the pain quicker.
Well, what do you mean send them out? Well, they send while you're lying on the floor in A&E, they're going to stick something in your arse.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean a pill? I thought you meant to get to your kidney quicker than up your knob.
No, a pill. They put it up there and apparently it'll kick in quicker.
Yeah.
The tablet works quicker.
Yeah.
Up your arse than it does down your throat.
Yeah, because it's a mucous membrane and it's...
Well, I was up for it. I just was like, whatever it takes. Now, saying that to me now...
But hold on though, what if the doctor said, okay, I could give you this morphine, take it, it will take a few minutes to kick in, or I could rub some on my penis, I pop an orange on the end of my penis, I rub that in morphine, and I pop that out of your rectum, Mr. Pilkington. Are you in agony or not? Are you in agony? Okay, look, I'm just smearing...
I'd say I'll get a second opinion.
Well, no, you haven't got time. There it is. Do you want this up your arse? It's covered in morphine. He's in his private life he's a promiscuous gay man, but in his professional life he is a doctor with a morphine smeared penis, and he's ready for action. So if and
he's willing to do that in the middle of A&E.
Yeah. So
he takes no pleasure from that.
It's the only way. So are you in pain? Do you want this done or not? Yes or no?
He comes out into A&E reception. His trousers around his ankles. He has an erect penis. He says, "Carl, do you want me to stick this up your arse?" And your answer is
yes or no.
You're in terrible agony.
He's wearing a condom. He smeared the condom in. I mean, it's not unprotected morphine penile surgery. Administration.
And what? In and out, done.
Just in and out. Yeah. He just administered your arse takes on the morphine from the Dr. Venus. And it's the only way, really.
In and out.
Yeah. In and out. Up once. Okay. And out.
And it'll definitely work.
You will. The pain will go away.
No side
It'll
effects.
be pleasurable.
No side effects. No side effects. No.
I'd probably call Auntie Nora and ask if she's had it yet.
Can I just return us back to where we started from? Because in Ricky's introduction, he said that modern man, in a sense, with all the technology we have, can play God. And this is something which is huge now. A lot of ethical discussions about things like stem cell research. Should we be interfering in what should be a godly terrain? You say no straight away. Straight away, no.
I think you're sort of like messing about now. I think that's the problem. We've got the tools and they like to use them. And that's what happens. I've got a sander for Christmas. And I can't wait to sand stuff. I can't even think of enough things that need sanding. But I want to use it. And
not scruffy sander.
And that's the problem, innit? If you've got the tools, you can't have the tools and say, pop them in the shed. Well, no, I don't want to use them. And you tool it.
Right, sand the shed then.
That's the problem, innit? All these medical people. That's what happened in the Hulk, isn't it?
Yeah, well, again, I'll just say that is a work of fiction. The Hulk.
Yeah, but with all fiction
comes
the future.
Yeah.
So,
certainly in science fiction.
But the problem is, this is what I say is the problem. We can sum it up here if you like.
Go on. No, this is
Is it a quote from someone?
Well, yeah. He is one for sound bites, and it just saves a lot of time. Carl's quote. You don't have to study the book or anything. So let's sum it up there. We're going to end it here, but we're going to end it with this quote from Karl Pilkington. Carl, shoot me.
People are living too long.
Okay, that's your summary of medicine.
Well, yeah, it
mainstream
is,
medicine.
because it's kind of now. You see, I agree with medicine to stop pain, because it's depressing pain. Stop the pain. I'd say as soon as we sorted that out and we started saying, do you want a new face? That's way over the line.
Yeah.
No one should be getting a new face unless they're really disfigured.
Yeah.
But those are the people who are getting new faces.
No, they're not. There's people messing about.
Yeah, those people.
Well, plastic surgery, but that's
yeah.
people's own choice. They're paying for
No,
it.
it's
up to them.
ridiculous. I know, but
It's not taking it away from other people, is it?
Yeah, it is, because the person who's messing about with someone's face could be doing something
No,
else.
because they're plastic surgeons. They're privately employed.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. They
What are
should
you
be
talking
sorting
about?
someone else out who's got a little funny head. They shouldn't be messing about with
Pushing
someone
himself
who's got
forward, trying to get some free treatment.
Get some free
And it
treatment.
never looks right anyway. You spend
No.
all that money, it never fits properly.
Yeah, but this is what annoys me about
Fish
Karl.
lips and
It just looks wrong.
that stupid little skeletal nose.
You'd be
And
better
the-
off changing the head, all of it, rather than messing about with the face, because it never fits properly.
But you've completely, as a form of summary, you have completely gone off tangent.
No,
That's not a summary yet. Sum up. One more go.
Right, so-
This is the real one.
Yeah.
Okay, Carl. Sum up our global guide to medicine. Go.
Today's cure. Today's cure. It's something like that. It'll be something like. Today's cure is tomorrow's headache. It's all right.
That's all right.
Because what I'm saying there is,
Go on.
we can come up with stuff. We can come up with a tablet to get rid of headache. Tomorrow, your headache's gone. Your leg's hurting.
So today's cure is actually tomorrow's leg ache. So today's cure is tomorrow's leg ache.
Yeah, but ages ago I said to you, don't solve problems,
Yeah.
because a problem solved is a problem caused.
I don't remember that quote. But okay, so finally, in summation, what you said was
Okay.
At the end of
So-
the day, we've all got to die of something.
Right.
Now, Albert might come in. I'm a doctor. Right, Albert, how are you today? What's wrong with you today, Albert?
I've got an inflammation of the testicular region.
Right.
My scrotal sac it's all stretchy and swollen. It's pustulating, and it's causing the penis to be all red and inflamed, and that spread to the anus.
Right. Take these tablets.
Right, where do I put them?
Just have them with some water after a bath.
Okay, I'm not going to have a bath. I can't have a bath of these because honestly, you see these get in a bath and they start bubbling with the.
Yeah, like I say, just take the tablet.
I think I don't know what it is, but look at it. It's like a mess. It's like quite a mass down there. I can't.
Take the tablets. Take the tablets and come back. In a week's time. Let me know how it goes.
Okay.
Right?
right. So
you know
let's,
what it is?
let's imagine that perfectly normal scenario has happened. What is your point?
Right, we'll come back the week after.
Yeah.
The problems downstairs will be sorted. But at the end of the day, he's 76. He's going to have something else wrong with him. I do another check on you, and even though your sack is sorted,